There's just a wipe.
Stand by.
Tonight, the person behind a shooting at a local radio station still on the loose, what police are saying. And sunny skies turn stormy. Dave Caulfield is in with what to tell you. Plus, firefighters and police face off for a good cause. Who came out on top?
This is News 3 at 10.
Good evening and thanks for watching News 3 at 10. Police are still looking for the person who shot a DJ at a local radio station overnight. They say they're following up on leads and confident they can find the person responsible. Amy Reed joins us now with this developing story.
The people at WORT say they are doing okay given the circumstances, and thanks to support from the community, they said they think they can bounce back. Just hours after a shooter left bullet holes at the station.
It's wonderful we can bring these airwaves to you today, especially with recent events, but we are happy to have you here.
WORT was back on the air. They had to get the story out there.
Between interviews, we were editing a story.
Their station had been attacked. At 3 o'clock in the morning, DJ saw a person in a hoodie and a mask come into the studio and fire off rounds through the glass, through the soundproofing, hitting one of their own. They were still able to call police, who said there were no signs of a break-in, but they do have leads. They said this is a targeted attack, and they'll find who's responsible.
We want, obviously, the people that work at WORT to continue to be able to come into work and not feel threatened or afraid to do their jobs. They do a great service for our communities.
We are going to get back to the music.
A service they are happy to do for a community they love, who loves them too.
We're just really grateful for the community of listeners and the community of supporters and the community of media that are all helping each other out.
The man who was shot is okay. He just had minor injuries. He was treated at a hospital and released. Now, if you have any information about this shooting, Madison police would like to talk to you. Just give them a call.
All right, Amy Reed reporting for us. Amy, thank you. Well, 2 people are in the Dane County Jail after allegedly firing a gun this morning in Monona. Police say 38-year-old Aaron Eugene Henderson from Milwaukee and 28-year-old Megan Ann Jensen from Monona were arrested after police responded to reports of gunshots. Officers say the incident happened around 6:15 a.m. at the 600 block of Pirate Island Road. That's right near Yahara River and West Broadway. According to the police report, the 2 suspects know each other and were drinking. The incident is still under investigation. Madison police are searching for an armed man in his early 20s who allegedly robbed a cab driver on the city's east side. It happened around 2 a.m. at the 800 block of North Thompson Drive near Sycamore Park. Police say the 51-year-old cab driver said the suspect showed him a gun and ran away with some cash. The incident is still under investigation. New information tonight on an incident we told you about earlier today. 1 person is dead and another injured from a crash this afternoon in Dane County. The Sheriff's Department says a truck driving on County Road AB drove through the divider on Highway 12 and hit a Prius. That Prius spun around and collided with another car. The driver of the Prius was airlifted from the scene but died at the hospital. A passenger was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The crash remains under investigation. Well, let's switch gears now, turning it over to Dave Caulfield, who is in with your first alert forecast. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Keely. We did have some severe weather earlier this evening. No severe weather across southern Wisconsin right now, but our friends in northern Iowa are still seeing some strong to severe thunderstorms just to the west of the I-35 corridor. The message here is any storms that do form overnight, and there will be plenty as they continue to move to the east, could be strong to severe, have some gusty winds and definitely some heavy rain over the next 24 to 36 hours. We're watching for the possibility of possibly some flash flooding, at least on the local level. Downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam, some light rain showers forming last hour. Right now, just clouds, though. 72 degrees, south wind at 6 miles per hour. Temperatures are generally in the low 70s, but some upper 60s as well across southern Wisconsin. 2 points in the upper 60s and low 70s, so plenty of humidity for these storms to use over the next day to day and a half. And speaking of days, we're looking at tomorrow's forecast, and temperatures will be in the low 80s for highs with plenty of chances for showers and storms. We'll time that out, plus talk more about that localized flash flooding threat in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. A group in New Glarus is pushing back against a chosen location for its new library. In a non-binding referendum in 2014, voters chose Glarner Park downtown as the site. But the Save Glarner Park group wants to save the historic park, home to the village's softball diamond. They're concerned the site is a floodplain, and they don't think there's a better spot to play ball than Glarner.
We have a thriving youth baseball program, about 225 kids in baseball and another 65 to 70 in girls softball. That in a population of under 2,200. So baseball and softball are thriving here, and we don't want that put at risk.
The village administrator says any flooding concerns will be addressed with designing the building, and added that if the library is built at Glarner, the softball diamond will be relocated.
I think everyone would admit that the current situation with the library is probably not acceptable long term. And so, I think it's just figuring out what the right solution for the community is, and that's something that, everyone that's kind of involved in this topic is really interested in finding out.
The library board is just less than halfway to its $2 million fundraising goal. The village will contribute $1 million. By June of next year, the board must submit a cost plan. Well, back in Madison tonight, things are starting to quiet down a bit over near the Align Energy Center. The 2018 CrossFit Games wrapped up this evening with an awards ceremony. It's an event we've been covering all week. Hundreds of athletes from around the world participated in the 5-day event. Officials say about 70,000 people were expected in town this past week, spending about $12 million at area stores and restaurants. This is the second year Madison held the games after moving from Los Angeles. As we wait to hear how much dough CrossFit Games brought to Madison, we're learning more about the impact of one of Janesville's biggest sporting events. Despite some stormy weather, the Janesville Gazette reports last month's Town Square Grand Prix brought in an estimated $100,000 to the community. The city spent about $30 grand to cover employee and road maintenance costs. Race day surveys showed 30% of the 1,200 spectators came from outside of Rock County. Janesville has not officially announced if they'll host the race next year. Well, it's a battle as old as time, firefighters versus police, and all for a good cause. The Madison Fire Department and Police Department took to Breeze-Stevens Field for a flag football game. All proceeds went to benefit the East High School Athletic Department and Richard Garner Memorial Fund. By halftime, police were down by a touchdown, but Chief Koval says his team was ready to rally.
Always been the classic battle of brains versus brawn. So they have bigger bodies, faster bodies, more svelte bodies. We have more thinking, critical thinking bodies that will get open and find a way to make big plays.
Unfortunately, that wasn't enough as the fire department swept the police 12-0. Before the game, East High School Athletics hosted a free football clinic for local student athletes. Well, as summer wears on, sunflowers are coming into bloom. Sightseers are looking for a place to enjoy them after Verona's Pope Farm Conservancy announced they wouldn't have a field this year. Leatherberry Acres in Baraboo will be opening their sunflower maze later this week to fill that gap. The owners say they are happy to provide a place for sightseers and photographers alike.
I feel like sunflowers really celebrate summer. Summer's kind of coming to an end, and they're just they're sunflowers. They're happy, they're bright, they're just great.
The Sunflower Maze's theme this year is celebrating veterans. Leatherberry Acres will be open to the public starting this Wednesday. Still ahead, Bucs fans, listen up. Tomorrow is the first day to get tickets for the Pfizer Forum. Details next. Welcome back. Venezuelan officials say explosive drones went off as President Nicolas Maduro was giving a live televised speech. He was giving the speech on the economy when it was suddenly interrupted by loud bangs. The National Guard says 2 drones exploding above were to blame. Later, the president claimed the, quote, Venezuelan ultra-right is in cahoots with the Colombian ultra-right, and the Colombian president was trying to assassinate him. Colombia denies any involvement. At least 3 people are dead after a strong earthquake in Indonesia's popular tourist island of Lombok. The U.S. Geological Survey said the magnitude 7.0 struck early Sunday evening Indonesian time. Residents quickly evacuated their homes and gathered together outside. The quake was also felt in parts of neighboring Bali Island. This is 1 week after another earthquake in the same area killed more than a dozen. 5 people are dead after a plane crashed in the parking lot of a busy shopping center. It happened in Santa Ana around 12:30 this afternoon. Before crashing, the plane collided with a car, but the car's owner was inside a store at the time. No one on the ground was injured, but 5 people inside that plane are dead. An investigation is underway. In political news, President Trump is talking about the Russia investigation on Twitter today. In one tweet, he called special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation, quote, the most one-sided witch hunt in the history of our country. In another, he discussed the June 2016 meeting with a group of Russians, saying it was a meeting to get information on an opponent and it was all legal. While his advisors say he's done nothing wrong, his opponents say there's now plenty of evidence of collusion and criminal conspiracy. Closer to home tonight, as of this weekend, hundreds of motorized scooters that appeared across the area in Milwaukee are now illegal. The Common Council passed an ordinance earlier this week to ban the bird rides scooters. However, while some were expecting to start the city having them be impounded today, Mayor Tom Barrett says they're giving the company until the end of the weekend to voluntarily pick them up.
We had a meeting with bird representatives late Friday afternoon, and we expect to hear from them later this weekend as to what their course of action will be.
The city says the scooters just appeared one day and the company did not attain a permit to operate in the city. It's a similar story for cities around the country. Bird Rides did not respond for requests for comment. There's a lottery underway for Wisconsin veterans to get free tickets to the Badgers home opener at the end of this month. Every year, the Department of Veterans Affairs offers 2 tickets to a number of veterans and a guest to attend a Wisconsin football game. This season's game is the school's first ever Friday night game against Western Kentucky on August 31st. If you're a veteran and interested, you can go to wisvetsports.com or call 608-266-0117 to enter. Well, if you want to be one of the first 17,000 people to see the Milwaukee Bucks play in the Pfizer Forum, you can get your tickets starting tomorrow. The Bucks opened their 2018 preseason there against the Chicago Bulls on Wednesday, October 3rd. The game against the Minnesota Timberwolves the following week on Friday is the Bucks' 42nd annual MAC Fund game. Throughout the past 4 decades, the game has raised more than $1.5 million to support cancer research. Tickets go on sale at 10 o'clock Monday morning. You can get them at bucks.com. And switching over to Dave Caulfield, kind of all over the place today.
Yeah, with the storms starting us off, then the sunshine and warm temperatures once again, and more storms to end the day. So kind of a bookend day when it comes to those showers and storms. And we still do have an alert day in the forecast overnight for some more strong to severe storms. I think they'll be of the strong nature, but we really have to watch these closely. Gusty winds and very heavy rain. We're on the lookout for some localized flooding over the next couple of days because of this rainy setup that we're under for tonight and into much of the day on Monday. Here's what Doppler track looks like right now. So no severe weather for southern Wisconsin right now, but a few hours ago, that wasn't the case. Some strong thunderstorms, a little bow echo trying to form, or tried to form, I should say, across portions of southern Wisconsin into northern Illinois, but luckily that fizzled out. However, some more heavy rain, gusty winds could be on the way over the next 24 to 36 hours or so. 12-hour precipitation estimates of about 1 to 1.5 inches across portions of far southwestern Wisconsin into northeastern Iowa, even more. At least that's what radar is estimating. Most of these storm reports of the gusty wind and small hail variety were just outside of southern Wisconsin, but some small hail reported closer to Monroe earlier on tonight. Severe weather outlook for tomorrow. We could be doing all of this again, especially for folks I should say, a little bit south and east of Madison, closer to Kenosha, Milwaukee. Janesville could be under the gun as well. And we're really expecting much of the same: scattered showers and thunderstorms, some locally heavy downpours, some gusty winds, some small hail. Even that tornado threat, not zero. So we're definitely keeping a close eye on these storms. Our time lapse in Platteville, remember we saw that cool strike of lightning just at the moment that I was talking about it. At 6 o'clock, a live look in Platteville on our Queen Bee Radio Skycam. No lightning right now, but there's a chance of some more thunderstorms overnight. Lucas Denson sends in this photo from Beloit on the other side of southern Wisconsin of a lightning strike. Thank you so much for sending this in. Thunderstorm chances definitely up there over the next couple of days or so, and that includes tonight, mostly cloudy with more showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow, humid with scattered showers and thunderstorms once again possible, and highs will be in the upper 70s and low 80s, so a little bit cooler. Future track showing this line of showers and thunderstorms continuing to really affect the same parts of southern Wisconsin that have been getting all of this rain. We've actually started August 4 out of the 5 days of the month so far with at least a trace of rain. I think we'll add to that tomorrow in portions of the area. It really depends on where those downpours set up, but some localized flash flooding is possible, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Tuesday, I do think that we will see some relief, but some of us could see some additional raindrops, and precipitation potential has really been spitting out some pretty scary numbers at times. Hopefully this doesn't materialize, but 1 to maybe 2 and locally 3 inches of rain possible over the next 24 to 48 hours. So hopefully that doesn't end up happening, but it is a possibility. So we'll definitely keep an eye out for it. Your 10-day forecast showing temperatures staying in the mid-80s for the next 5 to 7 days or so, with plenty of chances for showers and storms. However, I think the weekend will be dry with highs in the mid-80s. As we head into the start of next week, more shower and thunderstorm chances come our way with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. So I know we've aired a lot of things that are saying, you know, summer's coming to an end. Well, I mean, Mother Nature, not really ready to give up on summer just yet.
I'm not ready either. Saturday and Sunday, that weather needs to stay put.
Okay, I will lock it in.
Lock
in that answer.
Yeah, Mother Nature will listen to you. I know she will.
I mean, I would hope.
Thank you so much. Well, still to come, the Brewers playing some extra innings today. We'll show you how it ended next in sports.
News 3.
Well, David Bakhtiari is doing okay tonight after he was carted away at family night last night at Lambeau. Now, initial tests showing that he has a left ankle sprain. He's expected to be okay as of right now. Meanwhile, about 70,000 fans filling Lambeau Field last night for family night. Quite the sight to see for rookies and guys that are new to Green Bay. That includes tight end Mercedes Lewis, who signed with the team in May. He was on the Jaguars for his entire career before this. And while the Lambeau faithful is getting him excited for the season.
I think the most important part is like being able to feel that now, especially as a young guy, if you haven't played an NFL game, being able to feel that energy and then being able to channel it, because, when I was young and ready to go get it and hadn't played in my first game yet, it's easy to blow your wad like in the first 10 plays. So, that's good for like a dress rehearsal.
The Brewers, meanwhile, trying to beef up the bullpen. This morning, the team getting right-hander Jordan Lyles from the Padres. The 27-year-old is 2-4 this season with a 4.29 ERA in 24 games. He has 1 year left on his contract after this season. Now, as for the series finale against the Rockies, there were some ninth-inning heroics today that you could be happy about. Brewers down 4-1 here. Mike Moustakas' first home run in a Brewers uniform, helping cut the deficit. 5 batters later, Orlando Arcia hitting just about under 200 right now. Drops that one in left. Ryan Braun scores, and we've got a rally going. Hernan Perez at the plate next. Adam Ottavino throwing a wild one. Eric Kratz rounds the bases, coming home, scores the tie up at 4. But the Brewers did lose in extra innings. Kyle Arenado hitting a home run in the 11th. 5-4, the final score. Well, former Badger Sam Decker on the move yet again. According to ESPN, the Sheboygan native is going from the Clippers to the Cavaliers. Now, the details are still being worked out. It could include some cash or future picks, but at the moment, Cleveland will not be trading a player back to L.A. Now, the deal will likely be finalized tomorrow or on Tuesday. Decker entering his 4th year in the league. This will be his 3rd NBA team. He averaged 4.2 points and 2.4 rebounds in 12 minutes per game last season. NASCAR at Watkins Glen in upstate New York today. Chase Elliott holding off Martin Truex Jr. to take the checkered flag. It's Elliott's first career win. Now, he didn't quite make it to pit row. Ran out some gas there. 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson helping him out there, pushing him alongside victory lane. Elliott celebrating there, getting a hug from his dad. And finally tonight, last night's Orioles-Rangers game ending pretty well for one family. Check out Brunette Odor hitting a home run out of Globe Life Park, and that fan has got it. Check out the replay, though, in slow-mo. Quite an impressive catch for that dad with his kid on his shoulders. Didn't drop him at all. No one was hurt. It was all good. Good balance skills, too, for that kiddo there. Very, very. That dad is just, proud of his feats there. He actually caught the ball. That was pretty impressive.
He must be very confident to just have the
I know, to have the kid just be like, hey! Yeah.
Great.
I know, right? No one was hurt. That was the important part.
All right, thanks, Melissa. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to need that umbrella tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. And tonight as well, we do have some more severe thunderstorms just to the south and west of southern Wisconsin. So some of those storms could be a little bit on the strong side overnight and produce some gusty winds, small hail, and of course, those heavy downpours. Temperatures in the 70s for much of tomorrow, but highs should make it close to 80 degrees. Plenty of chances for showers and storms for tomorrow and over the next 5 days or so, but the weekend is looking dry. You will not need your umbrella for Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, good.
Your sunglasses.
Yes, exactly.
Pack those instead. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm dead.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.